Good morning, everybody. This video is going to be about my Mavic Air drone that I just bought to help us start making better videos for the channel, obviously. But I got a really good deal on this drone. I only paid $150 for it because 4 of the batteries for this drone wouldn't charge. Because the drone had sat so long, these batteries, let me show you here. I've got a computer chip in it. If the battery goes too low, it won't charge back up. So here's the drone. It's in really good shape in the controller. But it only had 1 battery that would charge. So last night I experimented around and, you know, after much research online, I bought a couple of things. I bought this chip. It's I'll put it in the description. It's I think it's CP2112, this chip. I bought that. I bought these wires, let's see, off of eBay to help me out, to help me get this done. Now, one thing about this chip is I went on to Amazon, I believe it was Amazon, and ordered this chip. I got the cheapest chip they had, and these were not soldered into the board. So I've had to, it's made it a little tricky to get this to work. I've had to like plug these wires into the holes. They're a little loose, so I kind of have to hold it. But if you're gonna get this chip, make sure you get the ones where these are already soldered in. I did not pay attention to the description. I just bought the cheapest one, and that's kind of what I got. So yeah, so I'm just gonna walk you through the whole process and like the software I used, because this battery right here was completely, I think it was this one. Which one was it? This one. Yeah, this battery was completely dead. I charged it, brought it back to life. I was able to put it into the drone, flash it, and then use this with the program to unlock the computer chip in it, so I won't have this problem anymore. All right, so I guess let's just get to it. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do here is we're gonna open this battery up. I'm sitting at my desk here. Yes, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. I'm from Ohio. My dad did it to me. All right, so let's see if we can get you in here. Where can we put you so you can see? How about right there? All right, so I just am using good old steak knife out of my cabinet, and I was able to get it in and just slowly kind of pry it apart. Right here at this little seam. Can you see that? Just work both sides. Be careful now. Don't cut yourself. You can for sure slip and cut yourself if you're using a knife like I am. I'm sure there are other tools you can use. All right, once I kind of got that pried open, I just kind of open the battery up so you can see the board. Now let's look at it. Let's look at the board like this. Now, use this knife to point. All right, well, we're looking at this board, and I'm going to test it with my voltage tester right now to make sure. I'm pretty sure this is positive, this is negative. That's one battery right there. That's negative, that's positive, that's one battery. That's positive, that's negative, that's one battery. So there's 3 batteries in here. They're supposed to be 4, I believe, 4 volts each, and it makes up 12 volts. It's a 12 volt system. So what we're gonna do is, right now we're gonna test the voltage in between these batteries. Let's see if we can get you set up so you can see all this. Alright, so this way. Dang it. It's always a challenge trying to video. Make it so that you can see. Video by yourself. Alright, so of course my handy dandy Harbor Freight tester is just garbage. I mean, I can't really blame the charger or voltage, the meter. I got it wet. Alright, so we've only got 1.73 in that battery. This one we have, I don't know, it's a little higher, it's like 2.3. And this one's 1.5. Let me test the positive and negative right in this battery. Again, what did we say that was? 2.3? This middle one was a little higher. Yeah, 2.3. So what did we say? 1.5? No, almost 1.75. Alright, so the cells are way low. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to solder a lead here onto this battery and a lead here. Okay, so I think I got it. Whoo! That was some work. Alright, let's see if this works. I'm just using an old 2 amp. I'm gonna have it on 2 amp. 2 amp series, just an old 2 amp battery charger. I'm sure. I mean, that's the lowest amp I could get. I'm sure there's some other kind of charger out there where you could hit it with less amps, but it's what I got. So it worked last night. The wires got like really warm at first, but then they kind of cooled down. The battery took a charge. So let's see what happens here. Let's see. Let's make sure we get them right. I'm pretty sure this is positive, negative. Let's make sure. The negative is close to the clips. Yep. All right. When we go like that, it shows 5 volts. So, negative, positive, negatives next to the clips, like I just said. That was correct. Are you behind me? I didn't know you were back there. Oops, come on. See the wire getting hot? But we were pulling 5 amps through there. Ish. See, there's probably, if you could get a charger and hit her with less amps, it gets really drawing a bunch of amps at once. Alright. It's working though. So let those wires cool down a little bit and test it. So what were we at? 5 volts. Now we're at that quick, 10.7. Like we're hitting it quick. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes. Let's see where we're at now. $11.5 volts. We're gonna put it back on there for about 10 more minutes. Alright, we got it now. Let's see. $12.18, we're there. Just wanted to be above 12. Alright, so now the fun part. We have to remove these leads I soldered on here, and let's see how close we can get you in there so you can see what I'm about to do. Yep, we're gonna use the steak knife again. All right, so we're gonna weld and solder in a lead from here, this battery, to that terminal right there. And then we're going to close the battery up, install it into the drone. So let's get that done. Of course, I can barely see what I'm doing here because I'm blind. Close up. I'm not having fun with it. I'll tell you that. All right, of course the battery was dead and I didn't realize it. Oops, let's see if we can get you in nice and tight there. So there it is. bit blurry. All right. Soldered on the positive of the back battery to this is like a positive side of this little terminal, and now we're gonna pop the battery back together and shove it in the drone, and the drone should fire up. Let's see. There's a little bulge in the battery. That's okay, because we're going to take that little jumper back out here in a minute. It's just in there temporarily to get the drone to turn on. If this works. All right, the drone has turned on. All right, so the drone is fired up. That battery would not turn the drone on before, but since I put a 12-volt charge in my battery, and I had that little jumper wire. All right, now what we're gonna do is hook this drone up to the laptop. Let me move some stuff around here. Hopefully you can see where you at. Okay. We're gonna hook the little drone up and open up the software. I will. Oh, I'm having so much trouble with this display. It keeps dimming on me, driving me crazy. Brand new laptop. All right, so we're gonna open up the software. Of course, my computer updated this morning. And it closed the software. Where is it? All right. DJI Assistant. Let's open that. I did connect to it. Okay, so it opened up photos. I don't want photos open. See, look at that. My screen just dimmed. Like, I don't know what. I've turned off every setting. I put it up. 10 seconds later, it dims. It's driving me crazy, y'all. All right. We're gonna restore, or should I hit refresh? I can't remember. The whole update process takes around 10 minutes. Start update. All right, so I'm updating the drivers in the battery now, or not the drivers, the firmware. I'm updating the firmware in the battery now. All right, now it says update complete. We're going to unhook the drone. The lights still aren't working, right? So we're going to disconnect the battery out of the drone. Now I gotta okay, now we're going to try to unseal the battery. Get you up here where you can see. So we're gonna hook up this chip I got, the CP2112. Now, it is really hard to see these little pins on here, but oops. Stay with me. Stay with me. All right. So the one all the way to the right here is ground. The first one is ground. And then we're going to go to 5 and 6. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be SDA. And 6 is going to be SCL on here. So let's hook those up. Now remember, I told you guys I bought this computer board without these things, so it has made this a little challenging for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, ground. SDA and SCL. All right, now I got this all hooked up. I got to kind of push on that. All right, can you see the computer now? Need this program here. I don't remember where it is. Let's look in downloads. Okay, connect battery. Read info. Unseal. Successfully entered. Unseal 2. Successfully entered. Clear PF. Successful. Clear PF 2. Successful. Reset chip. Chip reset successful. Now, let's see. Now we have lights. Boom. Now we're going to remove that wire we put inside. Alright, so where's my handy dandy steak knife at? There it is. Just gently pry the case back apart. I gotta be careful because it's a little tighter now because that wire was pinched up in there. Okay. Okay, we can leave that solder. I don't know how much of this you can see. You can leave that solder down the center of that battery, but you can't touch anything around it. All right, let's pop this battery back together. For good now. All right, so we shut the battery off. Let's put the battery on charger. Let's see what happens here. Let's see. And that battery is good now. It's charging like it's supposed to. All right, quick update. We're going to post this video. So, I was able to get 2 batteries to work out of the 4, and these other 2 would have worked, but I screwed some stuff up, and I'm going to make sure you understand what I did so that you don't make that mistake. On this battery, when I was soldering the jumper in, let's see if we can get you in there. When I was soldering the jumper in from here to here, solder got down in these little prongs, and I wasn't able to get the solder out without jacking the prongs all up. So these prongs are just jacked on this battery. Even though it measures the right voltage and everything, it won't work. I've jacked with these prongs and no luck. Now this battery here, when I was soldering the jumper in, I soldered this end first on the positive, and I left this end was loose, and it went over and arced out on the board here, and now it won't work. It just keeps saying that the battery is dead, even though it's not dead. So both were errors from me soldering, so you really got to be careful with soldering on this board. But that's, I mean, there it is in a nutshell. I got 2 of them to work. The software I used, I'll put a link in the description. And I updated the firmware with the DJI software. Like I said, you just put the battery in the drone, and then you can update the software on the battery, and then, you know, use the CPI chip to unlock it, so we don't have any problems with the batteries not charging anymore. So anyways, I got 3 batteries to work. That's all I need. We got Barrett in the truck with us. He gets so excited, he knows. Get in the back, get in the back, get in the back. He knows when we're close to the dog park. We're gonna take that drone out for a spin at the dog park. What better way to test it than with a bunch of dogs chasing it, right? Are you super excited, buddy? Are you super excited? What are we doing? Where are we? Where are we? I know. Barrett gets so excited about coming to the dog park until he sees other dogs start to mess with him. He does not like other dogs. Yeah, make sure you pee on every tree on the way in too, buddy. Everyone. Come on. Come on. All right, so the dog park was not working. The other dogs did not like the drone. Barrett just doesn't care. But the other dogs weren't having it. It's kind of a windy day, so hopefully I can get some kind of decent fly time in today. Well, losing the drone. That'd be a great video, wouldn't it? Me losing the drone. All that work to get those batteries done. And we lost her. Mistake. Oh, the controller wasn't on. The controller wasn't on. No wonder. Alright. Let's go fly now. GPS ready, got 12 satellites. A little bit of a wind, this is great. Let's start recording right off the rip. Let's wait for this wind to slow down a little bit. And let's go up.
I feel raised when the man he got to ride again. Heading up through Sucky Hole, grab a girl with a gun control. So what you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting for? What's the point in the morning, boy? You got a choice, so won't you join me? Path lane don't look too bad. I won't be running like a devil when the shit gets mad. So what you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting for? Hey, what you waiting for? Come Sue, call me anything that you wanna do. Heading out west, dashing style, that 44 only takes a while. So what you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting for? Well, there's that girl I used to see, looking like she still got it in for me, but that's alright, it's okay. I never loved her anyway. So what you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting for? Yeah, what you waiting for? Beating on a man down at Charing Cross. Men sympathize, girls flick their hair. Truth be told, we've all been there. Sunday morning, Glasgow style, heading at the bus stop all the while. I look good, I feel blue, watching all the funnies on the avenues. Oh, what you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting for? Hey, what you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting for? What you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting for? Yeah, what you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting for, boy? What you waiting for, boy? What you waiting for, boy? What you waiting for?
Dang it. Well, I successfully flew the drone. And it says, I don't know, we flew it there for, I don't know, 10 minutes, and I still got 34% charge, which means the batteries are working. Batteries working. Alright, so I think I'm gonna hang out here and with Barrett and run these batteries dead, and then we'll go back and put them on charge. But I'm gonna say I successfully fixed those batteries, and I am looking forward to using this drone out on our jobs. If you like the video, like and subscribe. I'm gonna put the links to the DJI software. It's just DJI 4, I believe, that I put on the computer, and then the other one was the DJI Battery Killer, I think it was called, software. Other than that, you know, like and subscribe. See you in the next one.